Hello my friends, and welcome back to my channel. We're going to do a love reading today. So we're going to see what's going on between you and your person. So we're going to start off with animal cards. And I'm going to start by getting your energy, and then we'll get your person's energy. So, Spirit, let's have a look at the viewer first. And you may be resonating with the other side. You may be resonating with the energy that I pull for your person. On the bottom, we have the dragon, and the dragon does talk about, it talks about seeing your true self. So glimpsing the self behind the self. So you could be doing mirror work right now, or this could be a connection that caused the both of you to kind of see your true selves. There could also be some sort of ego death going on with the dragon. Very spiritual card, so I feel like this is a spiritual connection. So we're going to start with your energy. Show me the viewer's energy. So we have the starfish. It's in reverse. So the starfish does talk about, it's a very alluring energy. It also talks about reconnecting to your dreams. So you could be trying to reconnect to your dream or connecting to your purpose. You could be having a hard time finding your creativity or connecting to your purpose right now with the starfish in reverse. Feels empty. Oh dear. So you could be feeling very empty right now, especially if there is conflict between you and your person. Like I said, the starfish talks about being beautiful and alluring. And it says being around someone with a starfish energy is a thrill, like you've been put under a spell of divinity itself. The problem is these creatures have been reliant on how they look or on what other people think of them for so long that they've forgotten their inner callings. So it could be, what I'm hearing with it being in reverse is this could be a very spiritual connection with that dragon card. And maybe when you were with this person, you felt like you were under a spell of divinity. And I'm guessing that you're in separation with this person. And maybe since being in separation with this person, you have felt empty. Or you're internalizing whatever happened. You're internalizing whatever happened. And you're taking that on as a reflection of you. So just for example, if this person rejected you or ran from this connection, you could be feeling like it has something to do with you, or it's something that you did wrong. You could be worried about what this person thinks of you. Also, if this was, a highly spiritual connection and you're not with this person right now, it could be that it's left you feeling very empty. Now, this card does talk about reconnecting to your dreams. Maybe you've forgotten your inner calling. So this separation could have also happened so that you could connect with your calling or your purpose. Like I said, feeling very empty right now. What dreams have I put aside to please others? So you could have also kind of put your dreams or you could have invested a lot into this connection. I don't want to say you lost yourself in this connection, because I feel like this is a spiritual connection that made you kind of see yourself. But now that you're not with this person, you could be realizing the things that you put on the back burner to prioritize this connection. Like you could have stopped hanging out with your friends, or you could have stopped doing your hobbies. One thing that I experienced in the past that's coming to mind, which I'll bring up, is that, I was like during no contact or during separation, I would get really into tarot and I would get really into spirituality and my hobbies and my mission. And then when that person was around, I would kind of stop and start putting all my energy into connecting with that person. So there is the energy of needing to reconnect with your deeper calling, reconnect to your hobbies. One of the ways that you can help this energy is to reconnect to those things, and also spending time with friends. So you could have, I don't know why I'm hearing bros before hoes. I don't know why I'm hearing that. But this could have been a connection where, again, you kind of put your things on the back burner to prioritize this connection. And now that this connection isn't happening, or I'm hearing that you're in no contact or separation, but now that this person isn't in your life, you're feeling kind of empty. And like I said, you could be feeling insecure or internalizing what happened between you as something that's wrong with you. So it looks like this is a chance to reconnect with yourself and your inner calling, whatever that is for you. Let's get your person's energy. Show me their person's energy. We have the raccoon. The firefly also showed itself. So for on your side, we have water, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. Just remember you have different placements. So don't just go by your sun sign. We all have different placements. Like I actually have earth, air, and fire placements. But back to your person. Your person is coming in earth energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, and they're coming in as the raccoon. So I feel like this could be someone who could have been, I mentioned running. So your person could be, your person could be a bit of an avoidant or a runner. They could have also been wearing a mask or wearing a mask right now with the raccoon. The raccoon says shadowy and in hiding. So right now it looks like this person is in hiding. And that it makes sense why I kept hearing there's a separation or there's no contact, because it looks like you're feeling very empty. And I'm noticing my throat is closing over. So maybe communication is blocked right now. You could be dealing with someone who's creative or an artist with the raccoon card. And your person could also have, I'm seeing the wolf on the bottom. So your person could have, the wolf talks about like following in their parents' footsteps. So perhaps your person is someone who, with their career, maybe they want to be doing something else. Maybe they want to be doing something creative or just something else other than what their parents wanted them to do. Or maybe this is someone who took on the family business. If that's not resonating, the other thing I'm hearing with the wolf is your person could have wounds that they inherited from their parents, shadows that they inherited from their parents. This person could also be watching you. The raccoon is kind of, when you think about a raccoon, the raccoon can be kind of sneaky. So your person, you could resonate with your person being sneaky. I also feel like your person could be watching you right now. So let's get some more information. I want to use this deck to get a few cards about what's going on here. We have Venus, love. So I'm just going to get a few cards. Healing, endings, hidden wounds could be surfacing right now, or this connection could have triggered hidden wounds. All right, so let's get a few cards to see what's going on between you, and then I'll keep getting some cards for the both of you. So we have potential. Talents, stimulation, relationship friendly, communicative, creative, expressive, cooperation, encouraging, inspiring, helpful. So you could both be very creative because, like I said, this one talks about connecting to your inner calling, or dreams that you've forgotten, or maybe dreams that you put aside while you were dealing with this person, while you were trying to see the potential within this connection. And the raccoon talks about someone who's very creative as well. So what is going on between the two of these people? What do we need to know? We have Mars. All right then. So we do have Lilith on the bottom, and it does talk about destruction, darkness. So there could have been a tower moment. So yeah, I saw that when I was shuffling. That is Pisces energy. We have the 12th house. All things hidden, limiting beliefs, self-sacrifice. So you could have been very self-sacrificing. Healings, ending, closure, spirituality, isolation, sorrow, intuition, dreams. So this is very much resonating with this starfish energy and the raccoon energy. We have Mars, assertive, aggression. Your person could have been quite aggressive. I don't know why I'm hearing that for them. I'm just going to move this over because I want to make sure I have room for all of these. War, Aries, Scorpio, Tuesday, confidence, impulsiveness. So like I said, this person could have triggered your lack of self-confidence. You could be feeling like whatever happened between you, you could have internalized it. Impulsiveness, strength, action, sexuality, passion, desire, determination. We have Neptune, mystery, confusion, imagination, dreams, very mysterious, shadowy energy over here with the raccoon. Artistry, so artist again, the raccoon. Pisces, spirituality, subconscious, intuition, clairvoyance, illusion, dreams, visions, depth, consciousness. And then we have Vesta, devotion, sacred sexuality, fertility, kundalini energy, dedication, purity, self-discipline, focused passion, diligence, inner spark, spiritual commitment. So it feels like you and this person do have a spiritual connection, especially with that dragon that we saw on the bottom. So this is really interesting energy. It's very transformative energy. There's definitely something about you connecting to your mission, perhaps as even a light worker or a clairvoyant, an inner spark. So I feel like right now you're supposed to be reclaiming or discovering your inner spark. Something about this connection could have taken away your sparkle, I'm hearing. Like I said, with the starfish in reverse, it looks like you're feeling kind of empty right now, with whatever's happening between the two of you. I definitely feel like this is a spiritual connection. I'm just going to clean off my camera because it feels a little cloudy. Well, that's a little bit better. There we go. Looks a little hazy. So maybe it's hard to see things clearly right now because for some reason I just cleaned off my camera, but things look a little hazy. All right, so now we're going to get some more cards for the two of you. Let's go with this one. So let's look at your energy first. What's going on here? There we go. Those cards were stuck together. I definitely feel like there's a separation happening. I just saw the Hanged Man. Finding balance. So there definitely could have been an imbalance within this connection. Like I said, you could have prioritized this connection. What word was I seeing that reminded me of that? Self-sacrifice. You could have been very self-sacrificing, putting your things on hold for this connection. And now it's kind of like, I feel like this person, I'm hearing high and dry, so this person could have left you high and dry. after you kind of put everything on the back burner for them, and now you're feeling a little lost. But this is an opportunity for you to reconnect with yourself and to find that inner spark again. All right, we've got coming together, Two of Cups. All right, and I think this card is so interesting because it shows two people who I feel like you and this person are connecting on a spiritual level, but not in the 3D, because the two parts of this heart are actually disconnected. And we have control, strength. So yeah, you could definitely be struggling with your confidence right now, with your inner strength, blossom, awakening. Heed the inner calling. Anyway, so let's look at your energy. Well, that came out so quick. 5 of Wands. So feeling lots of inner conflict, lots of inner battles, challenging times. So clearly you are going through a challenging time right now, and we've got 6 of Cups on the bottom. So I do feel like you're missing this person. You're thinking about them a lot. You're feeling very nostalgic about them. I do feel like you feel a soul connection with this person with that 6 of Cups on the bottom. Challenging times. So let me just see if there's anything. Ego, conflict, challenges, competition. So this person really could have triggered your ego. Think about that dragon card. So what I mean by triggered your ego is that if this person did leave you high and dry, or this person rejected you or ran from you, whatever happened, I feel like it triggered your ego, your fear, your lack of self-confidence. You could be really struggling with your confidence is what I'm hearing. Human ego can be helpful when it provides us with a sense of self-value and purpose. However, the ego can also lead to problems when it seeks to build itself up at the expense of others, self-sacrificing. So it feels like you kind of, I just feel like you put yourself on the back burner, or things on the back burner, at the expense of this person, if that makes, or at the expense of yourself. Quarrelsome energies may be in the air at this time. So it feels like there's a disagreement. There's blockages here with the 5 of Wands. Step back and examine the real issues behind the conflict. So I do feel like that's what you need to do right now, is examine the real issues. It's not about, I wasn't good enough, I didn't do enough, why doesn't this person love me, why am I not, like, am I not pretty enough, am I not talented enough, did I not give enough? Oh, I'm hearing that song by, I think it's by All Saints. I can't remember what the name of the song is. I channeled it in a reading a few weeks ago. It's about writing, it's about a few questions that I need to know. How you could ever hurt me so. I need to know what I've done wrong and how long it's been going on. Did I not pay enough attention? Did I not give enough affection? Not only will your answers keep me safe, but I'll know never to make the same mistakes again. You can tell me to my face, or even on the phone. You can write it in a letter. Either way, I have to know. Did I always start the fight? I think I'm missing a lyric there. But anyway, you get the drift. That's what this feels like. Like, it's like you're seeking your ego or your confidence to kind of be soothed by this person. You could be seeking or wanting answers from this person, wanting closure from this person, because I feel like maybe it doesn't make sense to you, because I feel like you are someone who gave everything you could. You prioritized this person. You could, like I said, you could have even put things on the back burner for this person, and now you're left wondering, like, what did I do wrong? Why wasn't I enough? Because I'm hearing that song. Anyway. So use your intuition and intellect to discern what's actually happening. And one thing that I've learned in my healing journey is the thing that my therapist always said to me in the past was their lack of commitment towards you or their lack of interest in you is not a reflection of your worth. It says something about them. It's about them. So don't internalize their behaviors as something that you're doing wrong or you did wrong or that you are not good enough. Hopefully that's making sense. Again, I'm hearing that song very clearly. My head's spinning, boy, I'm in a daze, feel isolated, don't want to communicate. Anyway, I can't remember the rest of the lyrics, but you get the idea. No, I'm not going to look up the lyrics. I'm sure you know what song I'm talking about. So let's look at your person's energy. Three of Wands in reverse. No, Three of Pentacles in... No. Three of Pentacles in reverse. That's the Three of Pentacles in reverse. So there could have been other factors influencing this connection. There could have been other people's opinions, maybe their parents' opinion or their friend's opinion with that wolf card. I did touch on that. Three of Wands in reverse. Three of Pentacles in reverse. What am I talking about? Lack of cohesion, lack of teamwork. Like, come on now. So again, what I was hearing is that you were self-sacrificing, and it feels like this person wasn't meeting your energy, and maybe you were giving too much, or maybe you were prioritizing this connection more than this person, because this person clearly, like, they could have put you on the back burner when you put everything else on the back burner for them. So conflicts in practical life. So they, again, it's not a reflection of your worth. There's something going on with this person. They've got shadows. They could have like parent wounds. They could have responsibilities. There's stuff going on in their practical life that make them unable to be a good teammate to you. And that's not a reflection of your worth. That's about them. And I feel a little sad that whoever you are, I understand that energy, but I think that you're being too hard on yourself, and it really has to do with this person and what they're going through. Again, listen to that song, because I think that song, like, she wants to know what she did wrong, because she felt like she did everything right. And I think you did do everything right. But there were hidden things, hidden mystery. There were hidden things, this card right here, that you didn't know that was going on with this person. And this reminds me of like an optical illusion. So that could resonate in some way. Anyway. Not being a good teammate in love. Not like this person wasn't showing commitment. And again, their lack of commitment towards you is not a reflection of your worth or you not being worthy of commitment. That says more about them. So it looks like this person is also going through stress and frustration in work amongst colleagues. It also talks about ego, conflict. So there's ego on both sides. And remember the dragon card. So you are both triggering each other's egos. This person could also be like avoiding, it says avoiding learning about finances. So this person could be like struggling with their finances as well. So they're not in the best energy either, just so you know. What do I want to do now? I'm feeling called to get it. I'm winging it. I'm just going to get a few cards from the Lenormand deck. Just a couple. No, I'm not. Spirit's saying no. Okay, that doesn't feel right. Let's go with this deck. So, let's get a card for you. This is an Archangel deck. One more shuffle. All right, so we're going to start with you, my beautiful starfish. And I have to mention something else about the starfish. The starfish, we have Page of Ariel. So that is the Page of Pentacles. An excellent opportunity will be offered. So I feel like there is growth here, or there's, you know, I feel like there's a pentacle being planted in both of your energies right now. But I have a deck that talks about the starfish and about someone, it talks about a girl, but this isn't, my readings are never gendered. But the starfish talks about how, I'm just going to read it to you. I'm just going to read it to you. Oh my gosh, I don't believe in accidents. That card just fell out. So I don't know what that card is, but we're going to look at it because it just came with the guidebook. So the starfish, I believe, is right in the beginning. Starfish, keep trying. So I'm going to read you this because I think you need to hear it. And it's on page 10 and 11, which is 111. Let me make sure this is, yes, you can see everything. Oh, good. Talking about lack of trust, I'm just going to tell you a little story. So if you've been listening to me for a little while, you know that I go through, I've been through a bunch of lessons with like work people, and it's ruined my trust in people showing up. Like, I have no faith that people will show up and do what they said they were going to say. So I actually hired someone to come build something. I had to replace my kid's trampoline. And so I hired somebody that I've never dealt with before to come build the trampoline a couple weeks ago. And they're supposed to come today. And because of what I've been through with like contract people, I had no faith that this person was going to show up. Like, I kept saying, if they show up, if they show up. So maybe this person has kind of damaged your trust. Anyway, when I stood up to make sure that was straight, they confirmed they are coming today. So my faith has been restored. But anyway, the fact that I brought that up, like maybe this person even took away your ability to trust yourself or to trust others. So the starfish. So I'm going to read the whole thing, but this talks about how this girl was looking outside of herself to be healed. And then she realized that healing comes from within. So like I said, you could have been trying to find healing within this connection, or feeling like if you just got the answers or the closure, that then you'd understand, but the answers are within you, is my point. The medicine of this card speaks to wishes being granted, but also understanding that you will have to try again and again to receive what you desire. The process of trial and error will lead you to fulfillment. There's a story of a young maiden who prayed and prayed to the stars to heal so she could fully serve her purpose. And this one talks about purpose as well. She tried everything but failed to ever feel whole. One day the young maiden received a starfish from the stars. She thought to herself, this must be what will heal me. And I'm kind of seeing your person as like, maybe you thought, this is what will finally heal me. She thought to herself, oh, I already read that. The young maiden inspected the starfish, sang to the starfish, danced with the starfish in hopes that it would heal her, but nothing happened. And it's making me think of that song. Did I never treat you right? Did I always start the fight? Did I not give you enough attention? Did I not show enough affection? As a last resort, she took a small bite of the starfish's arm. Still, nothing happened. The young maiden, I hope you didn't try and eat this person. You've got different issues if you tried to eat this person. I'm just kidding. The young maiden cried out to the stars and cursed them for her inability to be healed. She fell to her knees begrudgingly threw the starfish into the pond before her. As she wept in despair, her gaze fell upon the starfish subtly moving in the waters. As she watched it regrow the arm she had taken a bite of, the medicine of the starfish was revealed to her. It was at this very moment she had a deep expansion of consciousness. By witnessing the starfish regenerate, she understood the message from the stars. She could heal herself. I have chills reading this, so whenever I get chills, it's confirmation from my guides that I'm like tapping into the energy. The ability to do this was not outside of herself, it was always within. This is when the young maiden began to heal. Whether you are healing, manifesting, or creating a meaningful relationship, Starfish's medicine is to keep trying. Understand that all you deem to be failures lead you closer to the right action. If the young maiden didn't make multiple approaches, she would have never been led to the answers that lie within. So this could even be a situation where it's been kind of on again, off again. And then this came out, service. So you have something about connecting to your purpose. So I feel called to read this because it came with the guidebook when I picked it up. So the seeing eye dog. This card image focuses on the seeing eye dog, which exemplifies the concept of selfless service as they dedicate their entire existence to being guides for others. When the seeing eye dog is assisting a blind person, their purpose becomes one. This oneness reflects what the world is in dire need of, service. Your mission. Second to suffering, service is the next best vehicle to tame the ego. And you, my friend, could be struggling with your ego. Jumpstart your growth, blossom into yourself, your inner spark. Have you guys ever heard The Spark by those kids? Are they Irish kids? Oh my gosh. I wish I could play it for you and jam out to it with you. My kids and I love to listen to that song like full blast in my minivan and sing it at the top of our lungs. I searched for my spark and I found it. You should listen to that song. I'm going to read it to you. Hang on. This reading is taking a weird turn. I haven't done a reading like this in a little while that's taken a turn like this. The Spark. Lyrics. I don't know who. By Cabin Crew. The kids who sing it, they're amazing. I'm going to read it to you, so just bear with me. But if you haven't heard this song and you need to raise your vibrations and you need to connect to your inner spark, I suggest going in, you can go into your bathroom like I do, or your minivan or car, and blast this song and sing it at the top of your lungs. Think you can stop what we do? I doubt it. We've got the energy. We'll tell you all about it. I searched for my spark and I found it. I don't know why I feel like crying all of a sudden. I'm going through it in your reading. Oh my goodness. I searched for my spark and I found it. Everybody in the crowd start bouncing. Think you can stop what we do? I doubt it. We've got the energy. We'll tell you all about it. I've searched for my spark and I found it. Everybody in the crowd start bouncing. I'm not going to apologize. I have to read the whole thing. Making bangers at a young age, bangers. My pen setting fire to the page, fire. I will show you how to rock that stage. Listen to this in the car. You'll be getting road rage. Listen up, because what we do every day is decent. Cabin crew nonstop on top of every playlist. If we see a dream, you know we're going to chase it. So get over any fear you have and just face it. I don't know why I'm starting to cry. Like I'm having a weird emotional reaction in this reading. So I feel like somebody here needs to find their inner spark. I'll get back to the reading in a minute. If you want to skip ahead to when I shuffle this deck, go for it. That's my passion and I couldn't live without it. You can do it like we do, don't doubt it. Any obstacles, we find a way around it. If you're proud of who you are and what you do, shout it. Why am I in tears? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I don't know why I'm in tears right now. This isn't a sad song. And then it repeats some lines, so I won't read those. Going through my town, people be like, who are they? Moving to my music, yeah, that's what gets me through the day. I create my own way, feeling super slay. Express my art, that's how I communicate. In my imagination, never feeling out of place. Blast off like a rocket into outer space. I don't know why I'm crying. Are you crying? Like, not right now, but I just feel like you feel very empty because you've lost your spark and it's in there. You just have to find it. Living large, reaching for the stars. Let them know all of us kids are in charge. Feeling awesome anytime I rap. Taught to blossom when I'm on a track. Spittin' bars, top class, full of energy, no cap. I don't know what that word is. Rhyme Island is on the map. And anyway, I searched for my spark and I found it. So you should listen to that in your car and scream it at the top of your lungs. I just feel like you need to find your inner spark. You need to be that Queen of Wands and tap into that inner fire. Anyway, let's get back to this. I haven't done a reading like this in a while. Interesting. So I don't know where I left off. Blossom into yourself. No. Second to suffering, service is the next best thing to tame the ego, jumpstart your growth, blossom into yourself, and get over a painful experience. The Wounded Healer, an archetype conceived by Carl Jung, speaks of a person who becomes healed by being of service to others. And it is, I can confirm that when you help others, you help yourself. When receiving the medicine of the seeing eye dog, you understand that service will always lead to some form of success. This is not the superficial understanding of material success, which is based on popularity, looks, status, or the amount of money in your bank account. Long-standing and internal success create the energy that can never be destroyed. This is the energy that is created when we are of service to others, everlasting spiritual wealth. And again, I can confirm this. Service is a conductor of blessings both in this life and hereafter. It acts as a magnet for profound personal blessings and internal success. When we are truly selfless, we begin to align with the nature of our existence. We recognize that we are all connected and essentially the entirety of multiple universes and ourselves are all one. This harmony with reality attracts hidden gifts produced by our alignment. Seeing Eye Dog's medicine shares that a blessing is approaching you through selfless acts. Dedicate yourself to some form of service or another. And I feel like you were dedicating yourself to this person. And it's not your fault that they didn't see it. Your acts of service will be felt and noticed. Success will follow. Seeing Eye Dog's medicine is to help yourself by helping others. So that came out for a reason. Anyway, I haven't gone on a little tangent like that in a while. I need a Kleenex because I don't know why when I was reading the lyrics of that Spark song, I just became very emotional. I think it's because I know what it's like to lose your spark and how it feels to find your spark. Anyway, let's get into your reading, or let's get back to your reading. All right, so let's look at this starfish energy. We have peace. So release the past, and it doesn't mean you have to release this person. It means that you need to release whatever ideas you're holding on to about yourself that you're internalizing from what happened with this person. Release them. There is a more enriching future coming. Let go. Oh my gosh. That's magic. That is freaking magic. That is the Queen of Wands. And what did I just say about rediscovering your inner fire? You can do anything right now. Queen of Wands. Search for your spark and find it. And listen to that song. I'm telling you, it'll raise your vibration. There's a reason people went crazy over that song when those kids came up with that song last year. Like, everybody lost their minds on TikTok anyway. I don't know about anywhere else, but let's get your person's energy. This is Scorpio energy. So endings, rebirth energy, transformation, endings that lead to amazing transformations. So this is, don't look at this as, what did I do wrong? Did I not do enough? Look at it as, this is my opportunity to find my inner spark and to step into my power. Anyway, I feel so passionate in this reading. Let's get your person's energy. All right, so we have the Wheel of Fortune. We have the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. So, not your fault that your person's, oh my gosh. I'm choking, hang on. I am just like a train wreck in this reading. When I went to talk about your person, my throat completely closed over to the point where I started choking. Blocked throat chakra. So if your person is not talking to you, it's, again, it's nothing that you're doing wrong. It has to do with them. Your person, their wheel was stuck. Okay, their wheel was stuck. There was nothing you could do to make their wheel turn. And clearly this person needed to make some adjustments in their life, and that's why this wheel stopped turning. So that change could happen. Oh my goodness. So the fact that this says the end of delays and it's in reverse shows, you know, there are delays here, but it's not your fault. And this person needs to change their direction because clearly they have a lot of conflict in their life right now. They're kind of in hiding. They need to make adjustments in their own life. Their wheel didn't stop turning because of anything you did. Anyway. Bad luck. Bad luck. They're experiencing bad luck. Could be bad karma. Like, because they didn't appreciate everything. Like, they didn't appreciate you. You could be someone who's divine too. Anyway. So luck has not been on their side. Misfortunes have been following them around. And these are due to external factors, external influences. So again, there's a lot going on in their life. External events affecting relationship. Their life is out of control right now. Their life is out of control. So it doesn't matter how much you love them, how much you give them, what you say, how much closure you seek. This person's life is out of control right now. I almost thought that said destruction for a minute. So in order to turn this around, they need to learn their lessons. Delays, yeah. All right. So again, don't take that, don't internalize that as anything that you're doing. So what do I want to do now? This could be how you feel. Like, what the hell do I do now? You find your inner spark. You take your attention off of this person for now. What do I want to do here? What do I want to do here? I kind of feel like I'm sitting in your person's energy, like they don't know what the hell to do. I'm just kind of winging it with this reading. So since you're both dealing with ego, this is the Forgiveness Oracle deck, Love Your Ego edition. So I'm actually just going to get a card for you to see what you need to hear from this deck. Because your ego serves a purpose, but it can also be destructive. It can also play tricks on your mind. So I'm going to get it. Let's see what comes out for you. I'm going to cut the deck like that. All right. So show me what the viewer needs to hear. So we have the addict. I forgive myself for holding on to habits that no longer serve me. I choose to believe that when I set the intention to have compassion for my emotional experience, I will find I am able to more effortlessly engage in behaviors that better support me. However, that's resonating for you. And we have another addict card. And when I'm saying addict, it doesn't have to mean addiction to substances. It could be an addiction to a certain thought process. It could be codependency, like the way that starfish is feeling empty and how the starfish put things, self-sacrificed for this person. That can be a form of, that could be a form of that. I forgive myself for attempting to escape the way I really feel about what is happening. I choose to believe that every emotion serves a loving purpose, and when I flow through each in deep surrender, I will arrive at an experience I prefer. Let's get you another one. We have the rebel. I forgive myself for considering opinions which oppose mine as a threat to my self-expression. I choose to believe that I may show loyalty to myself despite the existence of opposing ideas, as only I can fully appreciate the experiences that truly nourish me. And let's look at your person. The caregiver. I almost feel like this is supposed to be over here. Take these as they resonate, because these could be about your person. I forgive myself for expecting others to carry out the experiences I feel would bring me joy. I choose to believe that each individual holds a unique energetic signature that they were born to embody, and I best support them by holding space patiently and without expectation. I almost feel like that should be over on your side. I forgive myself for attempting to draw conclusions based on the incomplete truths available to me now. You know what? Since your person was coming up with, and if you resonate with this, then take it as yours, but I feel like this is supposed to be on your person's side. The one about escaping the way I really feel about what is happening, because didn't I say something about how the raccoon is kind of sneaky? So I'm going to put that one on your side, the caregiver, and that one on your person's side. And I'm going to put this on your side, the fool. I forgive myself for attempting to draw conclusions based on the incomplete truths available to me now. So I feel like you're drawing conclusions based on answers and closure you don't have. I choose to believe that when I wait patiently without drawing premature conclusions, I allow myself to be swiftly moved to what is meant for me next. We have the martyr. I forgive myself for shaming another's ability to effortlessly and endlessly receive from the environment. I choose to believe that when I allow myself to receive without reflexively giving back, I am replenished with the resources I need to give more freely. The narcissist. I forgive myself for taking from others when I am concerned I may not have enough for... Hang on. I forgive myself for taking from others when I am concerned I may not have enough for a future moment in time. I choose to believe that I am constantly being moved towards what is meant for me, and life's unconditional support is not only unwavering, but also unending. So I forgive myself for taking from others when I am concerned I may not have enough for a future moment in time. So I do feel like this person took from you and you self-sacrificed. I'm going to read this for you. The victim. I forgive myself for feeling as though my safety is dependent on another's decision to show up as I think they should. I choose to believe when I stop waiting for others to give me what I need and claim that responsibility, I discover a strength always available to me. That's for you, my friend. And we have the rebel. I forgive myself for attaching meaning to the experience of aloneness. I choose to believe that it is through accepting solitude and connecting with myself in my own silence that I am able to meet and integrate aspects of my being I have long been resistant to. And I think that's for both of you. And on the bottom, we have the victim. I forgive myself for shaming my inclination to fall into deep despair in the face of challenge. I choose to believe that my most intense emotions contain crucial messages that, when received, allow for the alignment with my truest desires. All right, so let's get into tarot now, finally. I'm resisting the urge to apologize. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to apologize. What deck do we want to use for you, my friend? I'm going to use Light Seers for you. So, we'll get a few cards for you and a few cards for your person. Like I said, this reading kind of took... I haven't done a reading like this in a while. And I still have that spark song going through my head for this entire reading. I searched for my spark and I found it. Queen of Cups, yes, yes. Focus on your self-love. Focus on your intuition. Focus on your healing. You could have, your dream could be to help others with the Queen of Cups. So put all that love into yourself right now. You need it. Because I'm going to be honest, I don't think this person was giving you the love that you were giving. Now I'm hearing, even before I looked at that wheel, I started hearing the Wheel by John Mayer. I'm going to see the love I give return to me. So right now you need to give yourself that love. And the Wheel of Fortune, which makes sense because your person had the wheel in reverse. I did remove a couple cards for the cover photo while I was waiting for my dogs to stop freaking out. So let's look at the viewer. Oh no! The Nine of Pentacles in reverse just fell on the floor. Page of Pentacles on the bottom. So right now you are meant to be, planting a new pentacle. And again, doesn't mean that I'm not telling you that this can't be fixed. I'm not telling you I don't think this connection is over, but right now you're meant to be planting a new pentacle in your life, not in terms of love. So this fell on the floor into the reverse. So that's kind of confirming. I do apologize. I will apologize about my dogs. I think that person who's building the trampoline is here, so they're freaking out. Instability, lack of self-esteem. You know, the Nine of Pentacles is a very empowered energy. It's... Hang on. All right. I had to put my dogs outside. So, the Nine of Pentacles in the upright is like very self-empowered, very self-sufficient, very confident. It's knowing that whatever you need comes from within you, not outside of you, very similar to that starfish card I read. But it's in reverse here. So it's showing me that right now you're in the energy where you feel like what you need comes from outside of you. Or maybe you don't feel that way, but you're not in that like self-empowered, confident energy. So, you know, I'm sending you lots of love because you deserve to be the Nine of Pentacles in the upright. You have a glow up coming, my friend. Queen of Wands on the bottom of that other deck. You have a glow up coming. So, the Nine of Pentacles reversed asks you to evaluate your life and what is no longer aligned with your vibration and sense of self-worth. You may have recently gone through a period in which you questioned yourself and your value, which is exactly what I was getting. And Page of Pentacles. New beginnings, the start of a new endeavor. You may be looking to make a career change or begin an entrepreneurial pursuit. So reconnect to your inner calling, reconnect to what lights your spark up. The energy of this card speaks to the motivation needed to manifest goals. So the motivation is there. The inner spark is there. You just have to tap into it. So, and remain passionate and in touch with what lights you up inside. And if you don't know what lights you up inside, because some people will say that to me, like, I don't know what lights me up inside. You need to explore. You need to start trying things. So when I found myself in that energy, I started exploring. I explored Reiki. I explored tarot. I explored art. I started exploring things that were outside of my comfort zone until I found one that lit me on fire. And you'll know your fire is lit when you feel passionate about doing it and when you lose sense of time. So anything that you're doing where you're looking at the clock, like how long is this taking? What time is it? That's not lighting your soul on fire. If you lose all sense of time and you stop thinking about the mundane things that you have to do and like, oh my gosh, I have to do that and I have to make dinner and I have to do this, and you lose yourself in something, that's when you know that little spark inside you is lit. I just want to see how you're feeling about this person. How are you feeling about this person? We have the Tower in reverse. So, the Tower in reverse, delaying the inevitable. So you could have been delaying the inevitable. It does talk about an unstable connection. So there could have been like instability within this connection. You know, this is reminding me of my favorite Tower card, which I'm going to go grab. You could have felt like you tried to hold this together, like you did everything you could. Ah, it's on the top because I always grab this Tower card. I'm constantly grabbing this Tower card. So like I said, for how you feel about this connection, you could have tried to do everything you could to hold it together, but you were just delaying the inevitable. This was going to happen. There was nothing that you could have done to stop this from happening. This needed to happen. This person's wheel needed to get stuck so that they could go through the cycles they need to go through. So where was I? I have decks. I have decks and cards everywhere. So leaving a weak relationship. So it definitely feels like this relationship was weak. It does talk about, you know, you could feel like you were delaying the inevitable. Now looking at it, you could see like this had to happen. For how you feel about this person, I feel like you do feel like they were resisting making the changes that they needed to make. Maybe they were resisting doing the internal work they needed to do. And what you relied on is no longer there for you. So you're seeing this person as no longer there for you. How are you feeling about this person? Yeah, we have the Chariot in reverse now. So it feels like you and this person weren't in alignment. You feel like they're not taking any action towards you. Nothing is moving forward. We have the Two of Pentacles on the bottom. So it does show that there was inconsistency there. There was an imbalance of energy. I feel like you, again, I keep hearing you were putting this person ahead of everything, and they were putting everything else ahead of you. And that doesn't work. That's not how energy flows. And that's, you know, that's when the Tower comes in to rebalance the energy. I'm seeing the Vulture card. So what you thought was a tragedy is actually a blessing in disguise because it's rebalancing the energy. I feel like this person wasn't putting in enough action or effort. There were a lot of obstacles here. And you just felt a lack of control over this connection. There was nothing you could do to stop that Chariot from going off course. Can I just say that? You know, when I see the Chariot, I think about how a chariot goes forward with the two horses. If one horse is pulling ahead and prioritizing the connection and doing all the work, it's going to, and the other one is dragging its feet, that chariot cannot move forward. It's going to go off course. It's going to go off the road. Both the horses have to be pulling ahead at the same time, in unison, in alignment. This reading is, oh my gosh. All right, let's look at your person's energy. If you were with me right now, I'm like looking at my phone, like I'm like looking at my phone with bug eyes. Like, do you see? Do you see what I mean? This is everything that I'm saying. Your person's energy. They are not in an energy to give to anyone. Six of Pentacles in reverse. They can't even give to themselves, and a person can only meet you where they are. That shows exactly what I was channeling, which was there was a lack of reciprocal energy within this connection. Because this person couldn't even give to themselves. Maybe they were overgiving to other situations in their life. They're feeling very unbalanced right now, very stuck. Look at all the reversals coming out. I had to check to make sure I wasn't, like, I'm not, there's a lot of reversals coming out in this deck. And reversals aren't necessarily bad, but they do show blocked energy. Blocked energy can be turned around. Yeah. Abusive generosity. Six of Pentacles in reverse. And one of, I forgive myself for taking from others. So this person clearly took and took and took from you. Meh. Unfair power dynamics. Ugh. Taking advantage of lover. Taking advantage. And I'm not saying like maybe they took advantage of you financially, but they weren't reciprocating the effort and the energy and the self-sacrifice you were giving here. And we shouldn't have to self-sacrifice ourselves for anyone. And clearly, I think that's something that you need to heal. Like maybe you're an overgiver. Maybe you're a people pleaser. I'm hearing that song. Oh, what is it? It's by Taylor Swift. And she says, I wouldn't want to marry me either. A pathological people pleaser, always overgiving. I'm not saying that nobody would want to marry you. That is not what I'm saying. Please don't take that from what I'm saying. But you could be a pathological people pleaser. And people pleasing comes from a place where we are looking for validation and love outside of ourselves. So we overgive to others, hoping that it will fill our cup up. Anyway, your person's life is clearly a mess right now. And Six of Swords, this person is haunted by you right now. They're haunted by you. Six of Swords in reverse. They can't let you go. They still think about you. They're still here in the shadows. They're still here sitting in the shadows thinking of you. But I don't think this person is in a place where they can give to you without taking advantage of you. So I feel like it's almost like you're being protected from this person right now. The Tower, Archangel Michael, I feel, is protecting you right now from this. Let me just put these back over here. Two sixes in reverse as well. All right, so let's see how they're feeling about you. The Star. So they feel like you are someone very healing. They feel like they still feel connected to you, the Star. I feel like they see that you could shine like a star. Oh, look, the starfish. So they are thinking of you. I think this person sees your spark. It's just you can't see your spark right now because this person maybe dimmed it a little. I feel like your person still has hope that they can turn this around with the Star for how they feel about you. Let's get one more for how they feel about you. So we have Cancer and Aquarius here. How are they feeling about you? Whoops. I knew it. I knew it was going to come out. When I was asking how they felt about you, I was seeing the Queen of Cups. So for right now, how your person is feeling about you, we've got the Queen of Cups. So they do see you as someone who gives, like, again, maybe you were overgiving. They see you as someone, or they feel like you're someone who gave a lot to them. Clearly you have a healing energy, so you do have the potential of helping to heal others. They feel like you're someone very loving, giving, compassionate, kind, healing. Queen of Swords, protecting your heart space right now. Boundaries in place. So for some of you, you could have spoken your authentic truth to this person as well. For some reason, I'm also feeling the shadow of the Queen of Swords. Like this person feels like there was a lot of, like they could feel like you are cold and distant from them right now with that Queen of Swords energy. There's also this energy with these two cards that this person, like they do feel like you put others and others' cups before giving to your own. Like look at this little cup that's in a cage here. All right, what can you focus on right now, my friend? What can you focus on right now? The Hermit. So I'm not, usually when I take advice, I never take the reversal of the advice. So I'm going to take it in the upright because I don't think that Spirit's telling you to not reflect. No way would Spirit be telling you, no, you don't need to reflect. You don't need to do any soul searching. No, I don't think so. But your advice here, and we have Hanged Man energy on the bottom. So I'm going to take all of those three for your advice. So let's get into your advice now. Maybe you need to eat something because all of a sudden I feel hungry. There goes my, you know what? Solar plexus. My solar plexus, that's not hunger. That's my solar plexus activating. Working on your confidence, finding that inner spark. That's what you need to work on. Maybe listen to solar plexus meditation or frequency music, solar plexus frequency music. The Hermit. Again, I don't think Spirit would be advising you to be lonely and to isolate yourself and to be a recluse and to be antisocial. I don't think Spirit would be telling you that. So your advice: self-reflection, introspection, contemplation, withdrawal, solitude, search for self. The Hermit is a seeker of knowledge that comes from within. A lonely wanderer on the path of the night, they search for that which can only be gained with long periods of solitude, the inner voice. Pause in love life to introspect. So that's why there's a pause here. Contemplating next steps in career, searching for your purpose. Everything we've already said. Never be afraid to take this chance to reflect and to be alone, as it could help you clear your mind of all the clutter that comes from everyday life. And Page of Pentacles talks about maybe a new endeavor or entrepreneurship. Page of Pentacles. So start grounding yourself. Start healing is what I'm hearing. And we have the Hanged Man. At present, a period of trial has come into your life which indicates the need to learn some lessons. You are going through a transition period, realizing that you are stuck halfway between the old and the new. This love cannot be rushed. Hanged Man energy. Uncertainty about career and thinking about the next steps. So this card is mainly associated with waiting and suspension. It suggests that waiting might be the thing you need to do in order to achieve success or to wait for the right opportunity. So there is the energy that Spirit's telling you to hang back right now. This is a time for enlightenment for you and to rediscover your spark. So, what advice would your person need? Ace of Pentacles. Work on your stability. So the advice that your person would get would be to work on their stability, to work on grounding themselves, to work on their own confidence. Security, stability. There could be new work or business opportunities for your person as well. So your person's advice is to work on their own stability right now, to work on grounding themselves. They've also got the Four of Swords here on the bottom. Four of Swords. So your person, rest, relaxation, peace, sanctuary, recuperation, rejuvenation. The Four of Swords represents reflection, solitude, and recuperation. If they've been going through a hard time, this card indicates that they need time for rest and self-care. So they're being advised to retreat and to get clarity, to take a moment to step back from their daily life, withdraw from love life, take some alone time, take a break. So that's what they're being guided to do right now. So again, if they're being guided to do that and to pull their energy back, don't internalize that as something wrong that you did. They're being guided to do that. Protection, Archangel Michael. So this person, clearly haunted by you with the Six of Swords in reverse. I want to see what their intentions are when they think about the future. What are their intentions for the future with you? We have Three of Pentacles. So it's in the upright. So look at their energy right now in reverse. And we talked about this person wasn't able to be a good teammate in love. Their intentions for the future are to turn that around and to be able to get on the same page with you and to be able to work things out and cooperate and give you the effort or match the effort that you put in We've got the Three of Swords in reverse on the bottom for their intentions. So their intentions are to make amends with you, to heal from this, reconciliation. But they need time to go whatever they're going through, and you need time to do the things that we talked about on your side. All right. I am going to get you a card of advice. I don't think this is a reading where I want to be looking at actions and stuff. So let's look at your advice. That's the first cut. So there is a message here that I want to read to you from that card. This connection is indeed fated. It's fated, the star. They feel it. But there's a very important line that I want to read for you from this card. Fate, karma, acceptance that there are things you cannot change. So right now you cannot change what's happening. All you can do is change what's going on in your energy. Other people are who they are. You can't change them. And what if whatever is happening between you and them in this situation is perfect from the perspective of spirit? Be aware that this relationship is indeed fated and you are meant to evolve into a better version of yourself as a result of it, and I believe it. So what advice do you need about this connection? I didn't mean to make that noise. But that, to me, is a very counterpart card. We've got the cheetah on there. I do feel like this is a very spiritual connection, however you're resonating with it. And I'll read that in a minute. And then we have orphaned here. Very important because I feel like this is very symbolic for what you're going through. And I thought about this card when I was getting into your energy. I thought about that card and the message on that card. So it's actually perfect that it came out. 5, a sense of loss, identity crisis, the need to belong, uncertainty about your place. So I'm going to read you there's a few things that I want to read to you from these cards, or this card, so just bear with me for a minute. So as you shift and evolve and commit to your own growth, you long for support but may be disappointed and hurt by others who are not providing what you feel you deserve. Perhaps you are drifting away from a relationship because you're in different stages of personal growth. You may feel left out, unable to get to that intimate place of safety and belonging. Take heart, as Spirit knows you and loves you and will steer you in the right direction. Don't compromise yourself to belong. It won't be worth the price. Don't be self-sacrificing just to have this person in your life. And there's, on the protection message, there's something I want to read to you. So it's time to address the unhealthy alliances you formed and make a decision to heal the past. You will not be abandoned by the world if you claim yourself as whole. So recognize your patterns and consciously choose to interrupt them. So you could have some like rejection wounds or fear of abandonment wounds that you need to look at here. And 47. You are either in or calling in a harmonious relationship that can stand the test of time, for better or worse, as you ride the ups and downs and even strain, break yourself, and are remade in new growth. You are being redeemed by the power of regeneration. And it definitely feels like this. And regeneration, the starfish thing that I read to you talked about regeneration and about how the starfish regenerated a limb. So I do feel like this was or is a connection where there are ups and downs, where you were strain, break yourself, and will be remade in new growth and regenerated. All right, and let's see what you need to surrender. And then I'm going to end it because I feel like this has been a really long one. Surrender unhealthy relationships. So what needs to be surrendered? Surrender worry. Surrender resentments. Surrender to silence. One more. I'll read them after they come out. Surrender frustration. So, surrender frustration. Frustration doesn't open any doors. The key to resolving a dilemma or dissolving a block is to take a breath, center yourself, and regroup so that you may approach the situation more calmly. Surrender to silence, which I think both of you need to do, because you had the Hermit and they had the Four of Swords. In quiet meditation or contemplation, let go and enter the stillness within. Silence can heal and replenish you. Surrender resentments. Holding on to resentments only poisons you. Try to forgive others for their shortcomings and keep moving forward towards positive situations in your life. Surrender worry. Make a commitment to not lead an anxiety-driven life. When worries arise, breathe them out of your body. Focus on the power of your heart and have faith that the Spirit is guiding you always. So, my beautiful friends, I'm going to leave it here. But I am sending you, especially you, lots of love and light today, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.